own battles, and then lo and behold, one day he's not even there, and Yahweh took care of it for you. You just wasted 6 months of energy, time, and effort in your life fighting a battle that was not yours to fight. You and I cannot make anyone do anything. You would think that if anybody can make anyone do something, it's me. I got a title, I got experience, I have the gift of gab, I'm a prolific author, I'm a very, very, very talented individual. Very talented! Problem is, I had people, I tell them one thing, they just do the other thing. I tell them this is the way, they walk the other way. I suggest this, they do something else. I counsel A, they wind up doing Z. With all my titles, with all my personality, with all my character, with all my charismatic giftings. In other words, I cannot make anybody do anything. Even if I have 500,000 people visit my website. You would think that, woo, a guy that had 500,000 people visit his website should be able to get people to do certain things. No. I can't even get my own body to function right. How am I going to make you obey me? So, we fight battles that we don't need to fight. You and I cannot make anyone do anything. All we can do is choose our battles wisely.
Amen.
Choose our, in other words, if your wife has been hawking you a chinik for 10 years, that when you're finished, take the toilet seat and put it down.
Amen.
This has been going on for 5 years. You still don't put it down. Now, if you make an issue out of that, my sister, you are fighting a battle. All right? If it bothers you that much, get another toilet. You have yours, and he'll have his. It's not worth destroying a marriage and a relationship and the children growing up without a father. That's picking the wrong battle. It's better to spend $1,000 and get another toilet. Call Vincent, and he'll put in another toilet for you. So yours will be down, and his will be up. This way, what goes up must come down. Spinning wheels and making the marriage all verkackt. Please. Get your own toilet. It's better to get your own toilet, spend $1,000 than destroy a wonderful marriage that's called to lead and teach Israel. Pick your battles carefully. Did I get it the other way around?
What we got drawers on?
Underwear on the floor.
Who?
Underwear, yeah. Amen.
No speak English. Rivka, we're on the air. Come on.
Dirty little laundry. Literally.
How are you doing?
Honey, I don't leave my drawers on the floor. I'm just mopping. I'm helping you.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We edit this program.
He's not the only one.
Beep, beep, beep. Edit. All right. Where are we here?
You're not alone.
Nehemiah 6:1. Thank you, Bruno. I feel better now.
I don't want to know.
Nehemiah 6:1.
I don't hardly want to know.
Nehemiah 6:1. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem, the Arabian, Geshem means rain. The Arabs try to rain on Nehemiah's parade.
All the time.
Geshem means rain, B'ivrit. And the rest of our enemies heard that I had built the wall and that there was no breach left in it, though at the time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, "Come, let us meet together in one of the villages, in the plain of Ono," as in Yoko Ono. But they thought to do me evil. Stop, breathe, look up at me, listen. Be careful. Be careful being such a soft touch, a good-hearted person, to have useless, ongoing, continual meetings with people who are determined not to be in shalom with you.
Don't you know?
When the enemies of Nehemiah couldn't drain Nehemiah or the Jewish laborers who were rebuilding the walls, they resorted and couldn't penetrate them because they gave them no mind. They tried a different tactic to stop the rebuilding of Yerushalayim when the Jewish people returned from Babel. They tried, let's talk about it. Listen, child of Yahweh, you have no obligation to meet with your enemies. Did you hear what I said?
No dreaded meetings.
The only obligation you have is to forgive, forget, and move on. You do not have to have useless meetings, because that also is a war you cannot win. Because a lot of times people are so angry at you and they're so upset at you, and they've tried manipulation, anger, and all these other tactics. Now all of a sudden they're ready to meet. Okay? Let me tell you something. If somebody can get on that internet and slander me, my family, my ministry, the work that Yahweh has called me to do, there doesn't need to be any meetings. Because the enemy will try anything to get you sidetracked.
Oh, yeah.
We call that in ministry useless meetings.
Yes.
Have you ever been in a ministry meeting with the rabbi or the pastor? It's completely useless. It's a waste of time. You know why? Minds are already made up.
Go do what you're going to do.
People don't want to be corrected by the word.
That's right.
People don't want to be corrected by Deuteronomy, by Exodus, by Genesis. They have an agenda, and anything, including the word of Yahweh, that comes against the agenda must be squashed, must be not paid attention to. So be careful of useless continual meetings that are useless. And I've had to learn that.
Okay.
Unless there's a real emergency, a real emergency, I don't have meetings.
Ain't gonna be no meeting.
Some of you have a hard time getting a meeting with me, because it's usually a waste of time. Because if Yahweh is going to show you something, if you're a child of Yahweh, then the Ruach is going to do a better job than I am of showing you what you need to know. And then if you're not ready to receive it, and I share something with you, you're going to just turn it around and make me the issue. Instead of you being the issue, instead of your attitude being the issue, instead of your heart being the issue, you're going to turn that around, and because of the meeting, you're going to make my advice or my counsel the issue. So guess what? Don't plan on meeting with me anytime soon. Not that I'm being stuck up. I'll hit a golf ball with you. You know, I'll smoke a Cuban cigar with you. I mean, when nobody's looking.
Right.
And nobody knows about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't expect me to have continual meeting, because this is another draining tactic of the enemy.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you need to have an official meeting with your husband or your wife to get right with Yahweh? It says in Ephesians, husbands, love your wife, even as Mashiach loved the Kehillah. And women, reverence your husband and be subject and submitted to your husband as unto Yeshua.
Amen.
Meaning the Kehillah is subject to him in all things. The woman is to be subject to the man in all things, not the things that she is comfortable with and she understands.
Amen.
You don't need meetings. The Ephesians is the only meeting you need.
All right now.
But if you're not going to obey the word of Yahweh, what makes you think that you're going to obey a meeting with Sanballat or a meeting with Tobiah that is going to get you anywhere? Meeting with Tobiah and meeting with Sanballat is not going to get you anywhere.
Okay.
Meet with nobody if you want.
Be careful of useless meetings.
All right now.
I sent messengers to them. Look at verse 3. I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. I had one of my enemies want to come to my house. He wanted to come here to I don't forget what it was. I'm not going to get into it, give the devil any glory. Why would you want to come? What are you going to say? It's just a trap. It's like the Muslims when the Muslims make peace. They don't make peace to make peace.
They make peace to delay.
It's called the peace of Saladin, which is you make peace, you arm yourselves, you get stronger, and then you go back and kill the Jews and Christians. It's a tactic. Don't fight the wrong battles by having useless meetings with people who already have it in for you. Have their mind made up. I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it to have meetings?
Exactly.
In other words, the work of Yahweh will cease. If you have meetings, all these meetings with all the people who don't like you and who